Hello everyone and welcome to part 4, I think it is, of the Tic Tac Toe game. In the previous video we were refactoring the code because my kind friend did a code review. I really appreciate that, and it was a lot of fun to refactor things. But I also broke a couple things. For example, one thing that isn't implemented now is the reset of the state. So now when someone wins, the state never gets resetted. And we had that functionality before, but after our refactoring, it was disabled because I didn't know at that point how I was going to implement it. But basically, here is where it was before. So, I think that inside our app thing here, where we have the game state, we're actually going to have kind of a function that modifies that the state of that thing, if that makes sense. So basically, what I want to do is, actually I'm not sure what I want to do. Basically, we want to be able to overwrite game state with a new game state somehow. So the make app returns an app, right? And it returns a canvas and a grid thing. I'm thinking that maybe in our game state, next player, I'm actually not sure how I'm going to do this, but we'll solve it. I don't have that much time though. I have to go in about an hour, but okay, let's see here. Make app. You return the game state, and what I want to do is to overwrite this field with a new game state when someone wins. Okay, that sounds pretty simple. So how would I do that? So the app returns this thing. Okay. And basically I want this to, what if we make this return like a lazy game state, and then we can have some sort of wrapper that modifies it somehow. How would I do that? What if we had in here I'm not sure. App. Maybe we could have something down here like handle app actions, and we could have the actually, let's put this in here, actions.ts, and we can do, come on, no, export const handle app actions is equal to something like that, and we would have a app state app state, which can be found import app state from types. Is it in there? No, I don't think it's in there because it's here, but we can put it in the types. App state, put it in the types. And you want to have a canvas and a grid state. I'm not sure I want to import them here. We might get circular imports. Actually, let's just put this in a the app state thing in a, I don't know, app types. It's not very structured right now. Import canvas from canvas. Import grid state from types. Import game state from types. And grid states is not there, it's in grid. And now in our actions, we want to have, you should have the apps, no, it's from app types. No? Oh, app types, we need to export it. Export type app state is equal to. And now also in our app, it should be imported from app types. So import app state from app types. Okay, so now in our actions thing, we can do something like action, t action, and we would do import t action from types, and we would have something like export t action, export type t action is equal to id, I don't know, id our type string. We'll start with that, and if we go to the actions.ts now, we should be able to do something like this. So the handle app actions, I want you to return a new app state, and we're going to switch the action.type, and by default, we're going to just return the app state, basically. But if the case action.type is game state reset, maybe. Case game state reset. Then we want to do. Then we want to return. We want to return the app state. But the game state should be equal to mk game state, like that, and we need to import the game state, import mk game state from game state. Okay, so we should probably put this in an enum later, but we're just trying things out because I'm not sure how I'm going to do this. Okay, so that will return a new game state when that happens. And good, you don't require any arguments. I'm really thankful for that. Cool. So now we need to like send this action somehow. How would we do this? So in our app.ts, let me just check what the time is so that I don't get late for my thing. In our app.ts, we want to I think we want to do something like, we want to have this, we want to import this action thing, import handle app actions, handle app actions from game actions, and we want to do const app is equal to, I wonder if we are allowed to do something like this. And then we would do handle app actions. No, wait a minute. No. This is not what I wanted. I think we need to have some sort of loop that updates and listens for these actions or something. I don't think we can do that like this. So in our update app thing, maybe we can have like const listen for actions is equal to something like that. So the start app thing does this, and make app does that. Okay, grid state. Okay, listen for actions. I don't think the app state should ever be modified. Listen for action. Either way, listen for actions, and we would do something like handle app actions app, and we would do something like action. And how would we do this? Maybe the app would have some sort of queue. Actions. And we would do something like how would we do this? For actions dot app dot actions dot for each action, we want to do this. And this one should also, does not exist in app state. We have to do actions, t action, import t action from actions. Now I think it's types, isn't it? T action. Yeah, there we go. And then we also want to, I think we want to pop that action, so we need to do app.action. Maybe we can actually mark them as, as trash or something. I'm not sure we can pop them inside of the loop. Maybe we can. App.actions.pop action. Let's just try it. I'm not sure we can do that. App.actions. Is equal to app.actions is equal to app.actions is it pop we want to do? I don't know. Actions dot I guess we could filter. I'm not sure we need to do that, but anyway, existing action not is equal to action. Something like that. Listen for actions, and in our app tick, before our app tick, we can do listen for actions. Now in our actions thing, we need to do something like, or maybe we can have a dispatch.ts export or import. I'm thinking we can just import the app, but I'm not sure I want to do that. Let's just do export. Export dispatch is equal to t action, and this would basically do app state action, and this would basically do app dot I don't really like to modify the state like this, but app dot actions dot push action, and we would have to import app state from app types and import or t action from types. Export const dispatch. Okay. So in our app.ts now, is there anything else we need to do before we do that? No. So we have the handle app actions thing, handle app actions, which does this. Okay, cool. So maybe now in our grid, which is checking for winners, I'm not sure this is the right way to check for winners, but I don't know. So we have this set state thing. So now we want to do dispatch, and you want to have the app state, and we haven't used that before. So the app state the app. So what are we doing here? We're giving the grid state the game state. Okay. So basically we should give it the app state instead, maybe. But this is the app state, so that's not possible. So maybe this should be like a singleton type of thing. It's possible. Maybe we should do that. So we'll put this in another folder and we'll call this app instance. And we'll do import app. Okay, can import app from app and import. We also want to have mk app and import mk canvas from canvas. Are you happy? No, you also want to have the start app thing, start app, and those are obviously not exported, so we need to do export. Are you happy now? This one needs to be exported as well. Import app, which is import. No, we don't have. We don't have that. We don't need that. Okay. So why did I do that? I don't remember. Why did I do that? I don't remember. We were doing the dispatch thing and I needed the app, so I thought that maybe we could have used the singleton. Okay, so let's do a main.ts here, and we're actually going to just do import app from app instance and const. I think we can just do that, and business export const app is equal to app. Now in our main. Cool, and then we could probably just put, we're gonna change this to be main.ts instead. And let's restart that. No errors. So now in our grid, we should be able to just import app from app instance. And hopefully that should just work. So now we don't need this. And we would do app and reset game state. I think I called it that, didn't I? Game state reset. Okay. Game state reset. Okay. Why did I use double quotes here and not there? Let's be a bit consistent. We don't have the dispatch, so we could do import dispatch from actions. And that didn't work. We need to import it from dispatch. It's not assignable. Oh, this needs to be a action, of course. Dispatch type. So what about that? Is this going to work? Who knows? We're not seeing the grid anymore for some reason. Are we getting any errors? No. But we're also not seeing the grid. Interesting. So what's happening here? Is it something about... Oh, I forgot to change this to be main.js instead. So now you're working. And the question is, will the game reset now? Will it work? Read property of actions undefined. So what's this? Error, file not found. What? Cannot read property actions of undefined grid.ts16. Okay. 16. Grid.ts16. What time is it? It's cool, it's cool. Grid.ts line 16. Are you kidding me? Maybe it's referring to... Oh, the grid isn't being generated for some reason. Why is that? Cannot read property dist. No, why would you look for that? I don't know. Cannot read property actions of undefined. I don't know. I don't know if I can trust that error. I think it's something else. So we're reading the actions from somewhere. App. I'm thinking it's actions. No, we don't have it there. Actions. So app.actions.for each. Filter. So is this doing something? Console.log app.actions. Maybe this is actually setting it to undefined. What if we do that? It could work. Please work. Please work. No, cannot read property actions of undefined, and it didn't even log this thing. So listen for actions. Are you even being called? App not actions. It should be called all the time, shouldn't it? Yeah, it's been called all the time. Is our action being pushed there? No. Can't read property actions of undefined. Well, that's pretty weird. I don't think it's happening here, is it? Is the app somewhere undefined? It might be here, actually. Might be here. So in our grid, when we're importing the app, I think this is the problem. I'm importing the app like that. I don't think we can do that, unfortunately. So we need to do this. Or maybe this should be like a different thing. Maybe we should have these actions in like some sort of export const mk action handler is equal to this. No, not that. Is equal to this, please. Okay. Why are you mad? And we're going to remove this thing. And we're going to do listen for actions. Start out, listen for actions. Maybe this will have a action handler, and we would have a mk action handler. Maybe not, maybe not, maybe not. Maybe this will be a thing like this: export const action handler is equal to mk action handler. Okay, and then we would do action handler handle app actions, and we would actually have the app here. Okay, handle app actions. And what was my idea with this? Dispatch then wouldn't need the app state, because we can use import action handler from app action handler, and in our grid we don't need you anymore. On win, winner, why are you mad? On win. Oh, we don't need you anymore either. So that will call this, which will do something about this. I don't know, let's just try it out, I guess. Bum, 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 bum. Read property of actions undefined. Awesome. Grid.ts89. Whoops, 15. So action handler is it really here where it's undefined? Console.log action handler, it's probably here. Yeah, it's undefined, it's undefined. How can I do I'm looking for a word. Simultan import. How can I do this? I wanted to I don't want to use a class. I don't want to use a class. Maybe we can do export const get action handler is equal to action handler, otherwise mk action, otherwise, actually let's do this. If action handler return action handler, otherwise action handler is equal to mk, otherwise action handler is equal to mk action handler, and return action handler. What if we do that and we do something like that, and in our actions we'll do no, in our dispatch we'll do import get action handler, and we'll do get action handler. Maybe that will work. Maybe that will work. Please work. No. app.getActionHandler is not a function. Are you kidding me? It is a function. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? So I had to go away for a bit, but now I'm back. I did some things off camera, and that was I moved this action handler that I was working with before to actions.ts instead of app.ts. Inside the app I use action handler get action handler, and inside of dispatch I use action handler get action handler. And now I think that is actually working. So if I go to app.ts and we go into this listen for actions function, and if we log action and we go here, refresh, I'm actually getting the action now. You see here, I got the action, but the state is still not being modified. So to do that, I think all we have to do is this is tricky because now we need to modify that. We need to modify the app state somehow. I'm thinking that we don't want to be able to. So what is the app state really? The app state has the canvas, the grid, blah blah blah. No, we don't want. I don't think we ever want to modify that. I think we only want to modify the game state ever. So basically what we would do is maybe const app is equal to get app, and we would import get app from how did I do it in the actions? Right. So maybe if we do I don't know how to do that. So the app instance does this. Maybe it should maybe it should I don't know. I'm not sure. So the MK app does this. Okay. And we got the game state over there. Game state. Maybe the game state should be inside of the... What if we do this? We put the game state in here instead. And we do export let game state, and we're also going to do something like that, and we're also going to do export const get game state is equal to this, and we're going to do if game state return game state, otherwise game state is equal to mk game state return game state. So now in our app we can do, we're not going to do that, but we're going to do get game state instead, and we can do const game state is equal to get game state, and then we could probably do something like this game state game state. Why does this need the game state, by the way? Oh, because we're using it at some points here. I think we can import it later. So now we got the game state like that. Okay, any errors? No errors. And now what we want to do is basically, I think in our game state we can create this export export const set game state is equal to this, and it will basically just do game state is equal to game state new game state is equal to new game state. You can actually return this as well, so we could do something like this, and we could also do return game state, and we could actually reuse this here, so we can do return set game state, because why not? And now in our app we should be able to do this, I think, set game state, and we can do this hopefully, and we should be able to do set game state. And the problem is that this doesn't return the game state, it returns the app state. So what we actually want to do is return a game state, and on this we're just going to return a new game state, and by default we're going to return the game state, and we actually no longer need this. However, we do want to have const game state is equal to get game state, like so. Cannot find game state. Okay, we need the we need this game state and get game state. Okay. Oh, it's from the types. Game state. There we go. So is that it? We no longer need to pass in the app here. Are we even using the app now? Yeah, we are. Okay. Any errors? No errors. So maybe this should work now. Please work. No, it doesn't work. And it doesn't work because of why? Why does it not work? Why does it not work? Is this happening? Console.log action. And what is log game state? What are you? So it appears that it's not getting reset for some reason. Get game state, game state. Set game state. Okay, so one thing here is that we don't need to put the game state in there. We can instead import it from get game state. I don't know if it's gonna make any difference, but const game state is equal to get game state. And we should be able now to line 66. You don't have this anymore. Grid state dot game state is game state. 66. Game state, and we don't need this. Cannot find model game state. We don't need this. We don't need this. And we don't need you. And from this type, we can also remove the game state, and we already did that. And now we should remove the game state from here. I don't think that will solve the problem, however. No. So what is the problem? We're doing the set game state thing. That shouldn't have. Here's another problem, I think. We don't need that. Da-da-da. And here we could just do, yeah, game state. Still not working. So let's go into the app again and let's console.log action and also console.log game state. So I think we're still getting the old state. Yeah, we're still getting the old state. So why is this? Maybe the get game state the get game state, maybe this should I don't know. Bum, 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 bum. Maybe we need to put it here. So the app, when we make the app, we are, so the make grid state. Anyway, when we make the app, we're returning this, and then we're actually, so maybe this needs to be, wait, we're not using this, are we? The app don't need that. Or am I wrong? We're not using that anymore. Right, so we're not using that anymore. But the way we can fix this, I think, is to instead of having the game state initialized in here, maybe we should actually have it what if we put it in here? So export const export let game state What if we do that, and in our main, in our app.ts, could we not use this? And do and then we would do something like this: set game state, make game state, and then would have import game state from app instance main. It does have that. No, it's from main. I don't think we're allowed to do that though. I think we're gonna get problems with doing this. No, we're not allowed to do that. Damn, this is difficult. So maybe we shouldn't have that. Game state, you are being created here, make game state. Okay, and in our app, we cannot do that. Game state, get state. Still getting the old one. So why are you the old one? Are you returning what I want you to return? Yeah, you are returning what I want you to return. Okay. And the grid is importing the get game state, and the app Why is it not working? The game state is not being changed. So the grid needs to reload the state. The grid doesn't know about the new state. That's a problem. The grid doesn't know about the new state. So in the app we're doing, on the update, we're doing that stuff. Okay, grid state. Okay, grid state. I'm thinking that we could just. What time is it? Right. I'm thinking that we could just. Scrap this. And we could remove this. And we could do something like app.grid is equal to is equal to app.grid but also this, because right now the only one who's interested in that grid is the only one who's interested in the grid is interested in the state is the grid currently. And why am I not allowed to do that? App.grid is equal to this. This expression is not callable. also will get you the game state again. And here we want to have you again. Game state, game state. And we'll do game state. Okay, are you happy now? And the game state here should be like that. Okay. How about that? So that would create a new grid with that state. Okay. Set game state. We no longer need to have that thing. So in our game state, we can remove this global thing. And we can also, I think we can remove get game state as well. No, we don't want to. We can keep that, it doesn't really matter, but we can remove this one. Okay. And we want to have that. And now let's see. We still have this here. Handle app actions. We don't really. I guess we could just put game state in here. So game state, and we'll remove this, and we'll just return the game state. And now in our app, we're going to have to provide the app.gamestate like so, and we didn't really like that. Game state does not exist on there, so I guess we will have to do something like const game state is equal to mk game state, and we would do that, and we would do game state, and we would do game state, and we would have to do this game state, and now we can use it like that. However, well, that should work, shouldn't it? But we also have to do, let's do this. Const new game state is equal to this, and we'll have new game state, and we'll also have app.game state is equal to new game state. found one error in grid.ts. Now we want to replace these again with just, I don't know, game state. And here we could do grid state.gamestate, grid state.gamestate, grid state.gamestate. And also here we want to have a game state, and here too, game state, no, game state, game state, game state, no, the opposite, game state, and state, and here we want to do grid state.gamestate, grid state.gamestate, grid state.gamestate, grid state.gamestate, line 90, grid state.gamestate. So let's see if this works now. So let's log console.log action and app.gamestate. Ah, it works. It works. It gets reset. Oh, that was difficult. Now we still have one thing here that I want to fix, which is inside of the grid we remove this coloring thing. But the way we can do this is basically in our game state, we could have another field which is of type winning, or it's going to be called winning cells, which is of type cell state, like that. And then in our game state we have to provide this, so winning cells empty array, and then we can add another action here, case game state set winning cells, and then we could basically do return game state, and also no, come on, winning cells action dot winning cells, and we'll do this. Okay, how will we do this? Type. Maybe we'll just do data Annie for now. Action dot data. Maybe we should add better typing for that later. I just want to get this working. Set winning cells. So now in our grid, I think we're doing dispatch here. Come on. Where's my cursor? I don't know where my cursor went. think my mouse stopped working. Yeah, my mouse stopped working for some reason. Let's see if I can find, there it is. I don't know why it does this. It keeps doing this all the time. Now it's working again. So what I wanted to do was dispatch this thing, so when we win, oh, by the way, this action should be off. It should be like this. Then we have to do like that, I think. Okay. So now what we can do is in our grid, when someone wins, the winner returns a winner result. Get winner. Okay, and it has the cells inside of it. I'm just gonna make it a bit prettier, so we can do that. And when someone wins, we can do dispatch type, and should probably add enumeration for this later, but and we can do data result.cells like so. And now what we can do is here we can do if grid state dot game state dot winning cells dot contains call, now includes does not exist on ePlayer. Oh, I know what the problem is. I think I have to do ES 2016 and that should solve it. Cool. So hopefully we should see the colored squares again. Oh, it works. It works. That's really cool. Wow. So it's working now. That's pretty cool. I think that will be all for this video, and hopefully in the next video we will be implementing the possibility to win diagonally. And also I have some ideas on maybe making this into like an Android app that you can download in the Play Store, so I will probably be using React Native or something like that to create that app, or maybe Flutter, we'll see. But anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.